Get down. Hi, Marion. Moxie, get down. No. I hit it. You can't see it. Moxie's already after the little mouse pointer thing on my computer. Go lay down. No, go lay down. Hey. Goofball. Hi, Amy. Marion, I meant to tell you, you can, I won't be home, I don't know. I got food pantry in the morning, and I'm waiting to see how my drain tube does today. I might have to go down to Jewish Hospital to get them taken out. So I have to get back with you on when, or I can leave it on my front porch. You let me know when you're going to be this way. Stop. Stop. Lay down. Good Lord, she's into everything. She is the craziest cat I believe I've ever seen. Floyd's going to the back room. That's the only place he's allowed. Don't show him our mess back there. Good Lord. There he goes. Thank you. I got new glasses, and they are a pink color. Floyd picked them out. I didn't want to get blue again, so I got pink. That'd be great. We're going to be here Zentangling today. Good morning, Sharon. Everybody. Yeah. There goes my camera. Somebody's big butt's in the way. I know, poor Floyd. He's actually going back to his 3D printer. Don't feel sorry for him. Of course, he left his mess of his box over here in my chair. Somebody's trying to find the pointer on the thing. Thank you. I had to get new glasses. It'd been a couple years. I can see much better. And besides that, they're not all scratched up. I am finally feeling better. Yesterday was like a good turn on that. Do you hear the noise? My cat is now trying to get my stamp pads and move them around on the table. But anyway, I do feel better. Yesterday seemed like a big turning point. I actually made a card last night. We're going to do a card. I do have to tell you on Saturday there was no video because I completely forgot. I had a good reason of forgetting. I called Destiny, my grandson's girlfriend, you know, the ones that just had the baby. I called her on Friday and I said, I have a proposition for you. And she's like, what's that? And I said, if you let me watch River, I will pay for you two to go to dinner. So that worked. I got to watch River Friday night and I forgot all about my Saturday video. I was so enthralled with having my great grandbaby here and getting to watch him and them not being here watching over me like I didn't know how to take care of a baby. So it was nice. It was fun, and they got to go out and eat and enjoy a dinner out just by themselves. So that's why there was no Saturday video. And I thought, what the heck? And I think Amy is the one that she messaged me and she says, I can't find your Simply Saturday video. And I went, it's Saturday. Oh no. And I said, that's because I forgot. So, and I just let it go at that. I just let it go at that. I do have pictures. I have not put any pictures up of when I had him Friday night, but I will. I've been very slow at that. I got a lot of pictures to put up. I got a video again of my cat with me making the bed, which was really, a lot of people like that. But yeah, it was a good reason to miss Saturday. I absolutely loved having him, and he's just so tiny, and he weighed 8'4". He's really not a tiny baby, but I have not seen and held a baby that tiny for a good while because we haven't had any in our family for a good while. But anyway, it's almost time for the new catalog, so therefore I am using a stamp set out of the new catalog. It's one that I thought was really cute. This is not my usual type of card to make, so, and you'll see when I put the camera down to do it. But anyway, I did not get my PDF made. I'm getting there, girls. I'm getting there, or guys. I'm just getting there. I'm just slow. So I hope to do it today. I know I say that every week, but I do hope to do it today. So anyway, but right now, you know, there's a lot of stuff on Last Chance. There is a lot of stuff moving to online exclusive out of the catalog that's going away. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff that's coming up. You can join our virtual scrapbooking retreat. I think it's coming up. It's coming up real soon. I think it's still open to join. I did not join it this time because frankly I joined it the last time and I didn't do it. So I still got it in a box sitting somewhere for me to do. And I'm not going to do another one of those until I get going on the one I've got. And let's see here. I think that's about all. The $50 order, if you place a $50 order with me, you will get a video and 2 PDFs from the girls I collaborate with. I know I haven't sent those out for March and I am going to get all caught up on that. And that's what I've been trying to do is getting caught up on stuff than doing anything else. So anyway, I'm looking around to see, make sure I don't forget nothing, because I'm easy to forget. But I think that's it. I'm going to turn my camera down. I'm going to let you see this card I'm going to make. It's really cute. It's actually more for kids than anything, but I would send it to an adult because that's just how I am. So let's turn the camera around. Moxie left, so maybe she won't interrupt us. I don't know. And then again, she may. So let's bring the camera down. There we go. So we can see this card. It is from the Thoughtful Octopus. And I loved that. I usually don't get any of the like beach type things. It's not that it's not my thing. It's just I don't know what to do with them. You know, so I mean, I know what to stamp with them, but like who to send them to, whatever. So you can let me know in the comments if you really like the stamp sets or not. And I am not getting comments, and I do not know why. Let me refresh my page up on my screen and see. And then it brings me to the darn video section. I don't want that. I'm going to go back to here and here. And there's all kinds of comments. Look at that. What's it telling me? I don't have comments. So hello to everybody that's on here that I didn't see. Joyce and Gina and Gail and Brenda, Edie, Sharon and Marion. I knew who they were here. Wendy, Libby, Amy. I'm hoping I didn't miss anybody. I'm scrolling up to see for right now. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I have to keep refreshing my page to get my messages. But anyway, here is what I used. I used this, and then I used from this, it's called the Scallop Bloom dies. It's actually got a stamp set that goes with it. But here are the dies. I want to show you these scallop dies. I absolutely fell in love with them. And I need to cut this a little bit shorter because I had a hard time getting it in there. I'm going to have a hard time getting it out. Let me see if I can get it straightened. Take the little one out first. That's part of the dies that wouldn't fit on the thing. And I don't know if I'm going to get them out of here. I'm going to have to hire Floyd's help. Won't me forward? Because I can't pull real hard. Never mind. Here they are. They're in here. I actually used the second and the third ones for my card here. This one would make a great big, you could make your own card out of it, but I love these. These little ones almost look like flowers. You could use them as flowers. But this, and then this comes with it, and that's just my extras. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to cut that down this way, so maybe it'll fit in there better. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out on that one, because they are big dies. So we have that, and we are using these. These are the new In Color pearls. Aren't they pretty? That's Barely Blush, Golden Glow, Calypso Coral, Hydrangea Hue, and Peaceful Pine. So I used those on there. I used some Wink of Stella down here in the little sand, and then just different colors there. And when you open the card, this is what you have. And all of these stamps are in that stamp set itself. So anyway, it's just something different that I did. So I ended up putting him a birthday hat, since I put a birthday saying on the inside, which I really, really liked. So I hate to have to keep refreshing my thing again, but I do, because it's just annoying to me. You see no card. You don't see my card? Here is my card. So let's get started. I also used, before I forget, on this part right here, I used the wave. This is going out. It might go to well, move your butt. Somebody just came, plopped down. The wave, I used that. It might go to just online exclusive only. I don't know that it's going to be gone yet. It hasn't said. But I did use this embossing folder. So that's everything we used. I wanted to make sure I got that in there. So let's do our card. We're going to be doing a lot of stamping. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to fold the card and stuff. So this is scored at 1.5 and 4 1/4. So I'm just going to fold it and then fold it back. I already did the scoring, and then I'm going to give it a good for it to lay pretty flat for now. It's going to pop back up, I know. And I'm just going to take this, and it is, I think it's 2 1/4. Nope, 2.5. 2.5 by 5 1/4, and it's going to go right in here. So let's doesn't really matter which side I put on. To me, with this one, it just doesn't matter. So we are going to just put that right in here. In this, we will not put anything on. And so on the inside, I got a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of white and a 1.5 by 5 1/4 inch piece of DSP. And this actually came out of the Brushed with Beauty paper, which is this paper right here, is what I used, because I don't have any of the new In Colors yet, and this went with it. But it's this with the yellow on the back out of that. And it really blended with that well, so that's what I used. So I'm just going to glue that to the edge. And the reason, and I did glue this before I stamped. Now you could stamp and then glue. But don't glue it down till you put this in, so you can make sure that you got both papers the same size. And see, like mine's a little off up there, so I'm going to take and trim that real quick. So I can make it look like a professional made it. So that's going to go in here after I stamp it. And see, that will close because that will be over. And that's how that is going to go. So now we're going to stamp. This, of course, will be right on here with the stamped piece. So we're going to lay all this to the side for a minute, because I am going to bring in 2 pieces, because I am going to stamp this and this at the same time. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to take the new Hydrangea Hue ink pad. They're magnetic, so when I open them, we have magnetic pads. I can actually stick those together, and I see a piece of hair flying around on my pad. That's not good. That would be my cat. There we go. So I can just stick those together and they stay, okay? So I'm just going to swirl that, get some color on it, and then what I want to do is I usually start off, but I did not start off because I don't want to put a dark edge really around my scalloped circle. I just want to put color on the inside a little bit. And that's just going to give us like a little blue tint for an ocean. And I'm going to do that here. I'm going to turn it upside down, so therefore I don't get over on my colored paper, because you don't have to go all the way to the edge. You're just wanting some of this to show at the bottom. So we have both of that. And now I'm going to just, I think I got most of it out. I did. I think we're done with that. Then you just take, put your pads back together, and there you go. So the next thing I am going to do with this is I am going to take, I have so many stamps. Look at all the stamps we're using. We're using lots of little dots and faces and you name it, we're using it today. This is my sand. So I'm going to take crumb cake and do my sand. And I will do that across each of my papers. And I don't do this with any reason behind it. I just go so that I can have some sand in there. And I'm going to do that across the bottom here. Whoops. And I'm using crumb cake. I evidently have ink on the edge of that, so I'm going to put some sand down further on this side. And then I am going to move all my stamps are sitting on top of my pad to clean. Rocked my stamp and my ink. Shame on me. I know none of you guys do that, do you? So I'm just going to bring this down further. We're going to have lots of sand on this card. And that's okay. And there we go. We got sand. Since we're done with the sand, I'm not sure we're done with it, but I'm going to put it over here anyway, out of the way. There's actually a different sand one that was longer I could have used instead of working that hard. Isn't that crazy? I just now noticed it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little my octopus, and I think I'm going to do him in the blue. So let's do him just differently. We'll make him a little blue guy. So I'm just going to take and put him down here. He's going to have a lot of light in him. I can see right there. But I'm not going to redo him. I think he's cute the way he is. And he looks cute in the blue. And I think I will. Let's take him off. We're not going to need him again. Unless, let's leave him on here. Never mind. We're going to leave him on there a minute. So there he is. So now what I'm going to do is I got to learn how to use these ink pads. I am going to get, I think, Secret Seed. Secret Seed I'm going to get out. And I am going to use this little stamp here, and I'm going to add some. And these are really just adding some dots to his little legs. And I try to get them to match the way his legs are going. This is a real iffy stamp, let me tell you. Because it's so little, but it's cute. I'm into cute. So what do you guys think about the octopus card? Of course, I gotta refresh your comments to see them. I'm gonna have to work on this part. Because it is sure not wanting to show me anything. I was trying to read some of the comments I didn't see. Yep, you can do that like a hinge movement for the ink pads. So we're just having little squigglies. And there we go. Thanks, darling. It's going to be, I think 75 is supposed to be our high today, I hope. Oh, I think while this one's open, I think since I did him in the blue, I'm going to do his little face. Let me find his little face stamp. Cute. I'm going to do his eyes and his little mouth in the Secret Sea also. So let's turn him around this way. Look at him. Isn't he the cutest little thing? I usually don't do a lot with stamps this little, but I thought, you know what? I love this stamp. And so therefore, I am going to use it. And I think instead of black, I'm just going to leave the black closed. I am going to take over here before I put anything else in. I'm going to put the string for my balloon. And I am going to put it up here. So there's the string for my balloon. Moving right along, moving right along. Now we're going to take the pine green, and I am going to use this little piece of pine. And I'm going to put some whoops, I can go ahead and do this one dark light. And put another dark one off to the side. There's some little seaweeds or whatever you want to call it. Little grassy stuff. Okay, now I think I will take my little hat and I will put my, oh no, never mind. I'm not going to do it in green. Never mind, I'm going to do it in Golden Glow. I'm going to put my little hat in Golden Glow. And this will lighten up once it's on there. It will turn lighter. It looks dark there, but it will get lighter. So there's his little hat. And now we're going to do the little balloon. Oh, I forgot to do my green over there. I'm going to have to do it on my other one. I knew there was something I needed to do. So, let's do that first. Forgot my green. I love this color, this peaceful pine. I think it's so pretty. So he's all in the seaweed. So cute. So cute. I'm going to refresh again because it drives me crazy not to be able to see what's being said. I'm nosy. I'm reading. You know, Darla, the only reason why I don't open mine that way is because I don't have enough room on my table because I keep it so junked up. So I find when I do this, it's just a little bit easier for me. It would be nice for me to, oh, I'm going to keep that there for a minute. I have an idea. So now let's bring in our, yep, our little seahorse. Tried to think of his name. We're going to do You done? Flight's done. He said, for the moment. I'm glad it's run. Okay, let's put a couple seahorses. I love this fresh freesia with this hydrangea blue. Let's put him right up here. We're going to put him about right here. And then I want to change colors. I'm going to put 2 colors of seahorses. Just because I think it would be cute. And I want to. And this was my favorite color when it was out the first time. Crisp Cantaloupe. Because I love these shades. And I really like it again. So I'm going to put a couple of seahorses. And they will lighten up also. So there's some seahorses there. And we'll put some down here. I really need 5 on there because it's going to drive me crazy with 4. And then we're going to put our balloon. And I'm going to use the Crisp Cantaloupe. But I want to do it lighter, I think. So let me see what this would look like if I go lighter. Oh, it's too light. I don't want that light. So I'll just do it this way. So there's my balloon. Okay, I'm not going to put my Wink of Stella on until I get this done. So let's go ahead and do our sayings. I did not put a saying on the front. I usually always want a sentiment on the front, but I just liked him the way he was. And so I just put something on the inside, which is what I'm going to do again today. I told you I was going outside my comfort zone here. My stamp pads are all falling over because I have 14 colors out, it seems like. So let's go ahead, and it says, many happy wishes on your birthday. And I like that saying. And therefore, I am going to put that right here. People say I always do flower cards, so I did not a flower card. I like him in blue too. I think he's cute. So let's go ahead and put this on our inside. It's going to be cute. Darla, this would be cute for your grandboys. They would love doing this, I bet. I know they're more farm boys, but this is just cute and colorful. This is what I like about it, cute and colorful. So there we go with that. It closes good as far as covering that. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take and I'm going to pop this onto that. So let's just take our scrap. I have used all of my scrap up, guys. I am so proud of myself. This is the last one that I just have to use scrap on. And I am so happy about that. And I want to make sure it stands up, so I'm happy scrapping this one. There we go. And once I get it on my card, then I'll put my Wink of Stella on, and that way it will, I can let it dry on the card. So now what I'm going to do is, since they're both circles, I'm just going to try to match up my little circles as best I can. And then I'm going to take, and I forgot I was going to leave this as a strip. And here's what I did last night just to help me out. I found out where I wanted him straight, which is about right here at the edge of this. So I marked me a line, because nobody's going to see it. So I'd know where to start with these. So I'm just going to put these down the center to go on that little piece right here. Look, that worked out perfect. So now we'll take this off. And that. And this just does fit across this card. So there we go. We have that on. We have that on. And now we're going to take, and we're going to put some jewels on it. And I think I used the blue the last time. I think I'm going to bring out, I don't know. I think I'm going to do the green. I think I'll do green, because we got all the green grass on there. And I like the way I had them, so I'm just going to do it all the same way. Actually, I'm going to do two big ones, though, with a little one inside this one. Alternate how I use them. So now Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella it shall be. And what I did was I just make sure it's out on here. And then I just took kind of over the dots and added Wink of Stella. Actually, I made a little petal to help. But usually when I squeeze that, I get a big petal, and I don't want a real big one. So I just add this. You know how sand glistens in the sun? You could take this card to all kinds of levels if you wanted to. Oh, there's my nice petal. Yeah. That just petaled out really good. But that's what I wanted. I want some petals out, so. When I'm doing it this way, I like for it to be petaled rather than dry. And that's why I want it to. Sometimes you have to look at it at different angles to see if you got everything. So there we go. I'm going to shimmer this one up just a little bit more. Some of them look dry. And I want my Wink of Stella to show. On this card I do. So there we go. I'm going to dry it a minute. I think Stella dries pretty fast. Except for when you blob it sometimes. Sometimes it's not so fast when you make big blobs like I did. But that's okay too. That's okay too. I can't find my... Okay, let's see what's going on here. Marion's thinking that card should come to our house. Always need a pencil handy. You are so right. The other sentiments in the stamp set are, they are so cute. I'm glad you asked, Amy. We have many thanks. If I could hug you with 8 arms, I would. You occupy my thoughts. Sending lots of love. Many happy wishes on your birthday. And then there's a little bitty thanks over here. So... that's what we have for sentiments and stuff. I hope you guys like this. It's really not what I usually do. And this is the first card I think I've actually done with the new ones. I'm looking back through comments just to see. I wanted to just see if you guys liked it, like stuff like this. I know I've used the little birds and the what do I want to say, the bugs a lot. But I don't know. I just thought this little octopus, when I saw him the first time, I thought he was the cutest little thing. So there's my card. Now I can close it. And then I'll just take my bone folder and kind of crease that. Oops. There was a little bit of Swinka Stella on. That's not even on my, down there. That's up at the top. I wonder if I can erase it. It did erase. There you go. I guess because it is kind of like a glue. So anyway, there is my card. So somebody's going to get it. And I do want to tell you, I last week mailed out all of the cards that I had sitting here waiting to be mailed out for people that won cards, you know, on my videos and stuff. That is all done. So I'm up to date on that. I also want to thank each and every one of you that has sent me cards. I have a lot. I have over 50 some handmade cards, and I think I have like 30 store-bought cards or something like that. I have a lot of cards. I want to thank anybody that's brought food, gave us gift certificates, whatever. Just come to visit, texted, everything. I really am very thankful for all of you guys and what you do to keep my spirits up. And now just to get my mojo back to stamping, and I will be doing good. But I feel good. The last 2 days I have felt really good. In fact, I didn't know how bad I really felt until I started feeling really good. I am moving my thing because I want this under here. And my glass mat lost one of its little feet. So it's hard to get things under it anymore. I have to make it a foot. So anyway, everybody, that's what I have for my little cards. So I will be here tomorrow with a What's Up Wednesday. Am I sure I know what I'm going to be doing on What's Up Wednesday? No, but I think it's going to be more crafty than not. I'm not going to get all sentimental and do all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try my best to get back into what I like to do. Thank you, Darla. Well, you saw me last night. I tell you what, I get really tired at night. That's still a thing. But anyway, I just, I don't know. I just feel a lot better. I'm going to feel a lot better when these drain tubes come out because they are stuck in my sides and they are a pain in my side. So I'm going to flip the camera around a minute. Look, now you're looking at my chest, or what I don't have is a chest anymore, which, you know what, I don't miss that. I will tell you that. I don't miss not having girly parts up there. I really like that. Pick me, please. Everybody wants me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. So, anyway, I think I'm going to be done. My friend Joyce is coming over. I don't know if Edie's coming or not. I asked her if she's wanting to come. Tell Floyd he's doing a fantastic job. He has done pretty good. He's tired, though. Poor guy. I'm like, I think the floor needs vacuumed. He's like, I wish you'd quit looking at that floor. I got a stitch sticking out on my side. Anyway, I just felt it. It's for my drain tube. But anyway, he has done a good job. Last night, I have to tell you, I actually cooked last night. And I cooked a very bad meal for you, but gosh, it was good. I made fried pork chops with mashed potatoes and peas. And I made homemade pork gravy. And I didn't make biscuits because yesterday would have been my dad's 109th birthday. And so in honor of him, I made the pork gravy with white bread. My dad used to put his gravy over white bread and eat it. And that's what Floyd and I had yesterday. I said, we are eating this for Elmer Weigel. That was my dad. I said, it was his birthday yesterday. I told my brother last night. I said, I had one of Dad's favorite dinners for dinner last night. I said, I actually cooked and it felt good. Of course, Floyd had to lift the cast iron skillet for me to cook the pork chops, and then he had to wash it and everything because I'm not allowed to lift anything that heavy yet. But he did that. He rinsed all the dishes off, and all I did was put them in the dishwasher and stuff. So I tell you what. Yep, gravy bread. I tell you what, I did that yesterday, and I told Floyd, I said, this is honor of my dad. He goes, oh, that's right, today would have been his birthday. And I said, yeah, do you realize how old my dad would have been? 109. He was like 38 when I was born, I think, something like that. But anyway, we celebrated his birthday yesterday, and just the way that I cooked that. I have one leftover pork chop that I didn't fix because I love sauerkraut and pork, and Floyd does not. He likes sauerkraut and either smoked sausage or hot dogs or something like that. So I'm splitting a jar of sauerkraut today, and I'm going to put pork in it for me, and whatever, if he wants hot dogs or smoked sausage, whatever he wants for him, and that's dinner today. Yeah, love homemade gravy. I do too. That's the only way I eat gravy, is if it's homemade. So therefore I don't eat gravy out because I don't know if it's homemade. I am such a snickler for, yeah. That's because I love to cook, though. So anyway, well, I'm going to let you guys go. My friend Joyce will be here in a little while. We're going to do Zentangle, if you've never heard of that. That's what we're doing. It's more like doodling on paper. But I think we're going to do some Zentangle today. And then I don't know what else. She wants to come and spend the afternoon with me. So I'm like, okay, you come. We'll find something to do. I know, Amy, it's bad when you love to cook and then you get... It's like, I want my this, I want my that, and that's not the way to be. But I am not a one to venture out on food a lot. So, it's different for me to do that. So anyway, well, you guys, I will be, after today, I will pick a winner for my card. I'm going to try to keep up on that. If nothing else, that got away from me twice, and I don't want it to do it again. Tomorrow will be What's Up Wednesday, and I'm not for sure if we're going to talk about, maybe show some kind of technique is what I might do. It's what I'm thinking about doing tomorrow. And then I'll, of course, try to remember not to watch River on Friday nights to where I can do a video. It is so funny. But anyway, he's doing good. I'll post pictures of him. I have to say he's awfully cute. And I'm not just being a biased great-grandma, but I did get him a shirt yesterday that said, what did it say? Something about great-grandma waited so long for me, and it's a little onesie. It's real cute, the saying on it, but I got him one of those, and it came yesterday. It's really cute, but I bought it in a bigger size so he can wear it in the summer as a onesie. So anyway, sauerkraut and pork. I mean, that's the best, Joyce. Joan, I love sauerkraut. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and thanks, Darla. My voice does feel stronger. I feel stronger. I got ready faster than what I usually do this morning. Got dressed and that, so I'm getting there. Found out yesterday I don't have to have radiation. I went and saw the radiologist because they wanted me to consult with him, and he said, I think you'll be fine without it, but Dr. Crane will be calling you for some chemo. But he seems to think that I'm not going to have a lot of chemo either, so we'll see what the oncologist says, the medical oncologist. So that's the last thing I have to do, and get my drain tubes out, which I think they'll be out by Friday. So we're moving up. I think that's why I'm so happy. I see really the end of the drain tubes, the start of the next venture in this to get that close to being finished. So anyway, I hope to be back and to be more myself. So anyway, and also, guys, look at my earrings. They're kitty cats. Aren't they cute? I got them from Temu, because I don't like to order from Temu, but they have the cutest earrings in the whole world, and I love earrings, so I got kitty cats. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow if you come back and see me. But it's pre-recorded, so you can watch that anytime that you want. I am going to post. Remember, I put the challenge up about sending cards out and keeping track of that. I hope you've kept track of how many cards you've sent. I'm going to start a thread about that you can post in there how many cards that you've sent, or you can wait till the end of the month and tell me, because remember, I'm going to be drawing a door prize thing for that. For everybody that sends out some cards, we're going to put your name in a hat, and we are going to draw a name. Okay? So that'll try to go up again today also, because I know we just need it up by the end of the month. Thanks, Gail. I like my new glasses too. I can see a little better. That makes things nice. Floyd picked them out because I can't see to pick out glasses when I'm picking out glasses because I can't see. So I rely on him. We've picked out a couple pair that I can see that I like this style, and then he picks out the color. So this was his color this year to pick out. So you'll have to tell him thanks. So we will see you all later. Have a great day, everybody. Be blessed, be creative when you can, and I will see you again soon. Bye.